friends. I haven't actually played this in months. Like, it's kind of one of those games that I got really into for a while and then just sort of like forgot about, especially considering the fact that I have like so many of these types of city builder games. I mean, I have like Banished and Ostriv, and so it's a little hard to choose between them every so often, but I was just, you know, I was kind of missing Foundation recently, and I will say this game is honestly a pain to play without a mouse. And so that's partially why I kind of stopped playing it for so long, is because I was just working with my laptop trackpad, and oh my god, the camera was terrible. But as you can see, I now have a mouse, and it's yellow. And so I thought we would give it another go, and I would record it this time. So we're going to start off with a brand new save. I was thinking we would be nice to ourselves, as we should, considering the fact that I literally don't remember how to play this, and we would pick the coastal map. So the coastal map has it all. Idyllic beachfront coves protected by cliffs, whilst inland the rolling hills and plains are ideal for settling and farming. And at the beginning of the game, farming is going to be a little bit of a big deal. There are a lot of different like chains, like resource chains that you can use, and so that's kind of important, like using like wool from sheep to make clothes and stuff. You can see that I don't actually have any mods. I have not delved into the modding community for Foundation at all. I don't know if there is one. I don't know how big it is. So that's something I think maybe we'll explore a little further along the way. If I'm recalling correctly, this game is actually still in its alpha stage. It might be beta. I honestly can't remember. I also haven't been following the updates, so I'm the perfect person to be doing a video on this, right? So I am going to not worry about the tutorial, and let's pick a place we can settle. Oh, this is beautiful. So what we want to make sure that we have in the beginning of our settlement is we need a berry bush, we need some trees, and I think some stone. So something like this might actually be good. I mean, I don't really like that this is kind of like up on a hill, right? So we've gone ahead and we're going to take this spot right here. Feels a little bold, not gonna lie. I mean, we have a major cliff kind of like impeding half of our little area that we're going to be settling in, but that's okay. We will end up purchasing more plots of land as we go on. So I think I'm actually going to put our town center kind of like right here, maybe? And then let's go ahead and do some building. The UI has also changed a little bit since I played this, which is really, really cool. Okay, we've built our village center. You can also see some of our little villagers that we have here. And next, I think it's time to do a builder's workshop. So to rotate, you do have to hold control and then rotate on your mouse. This is another one of the reasons why this game isn't exactly great if you are not a mouse player. And then let's go ahead and build that. And then let's also do a stone cutter's hut. We'll just place it right here, right next to the stone situation, and we'll just do a build on that. And I do think the building animations are actually really cute. Like, you can definitely see the little characters like in the grass having some builds, and I think the animations kind of remind me a little bit of The Sims 4. Like, there's something just like very cartoony but also like beautiful. Alright, so now let's go ahead and assign some people for the bushes over here. And it looks like the lumber camp is also done. And then at some point we can probably cut some people from working over here. But like I feel like food is kind of important, especially for the fact that we only currently have 10 berries in our entire inventories. Like, that's not great. We're also not making money, but I think that's okay. Like, it's not necessarily anticipated that we're going to be making a lot of money right now. And then something that's really interesting about this game is that you have like zones. Instead of like selecting individual areas to chop down and stuff, you have to use these extraction zones. So we're going to do one here and one here. And that means our little citizens can start collecting berries and they can start working on the stone here. And then we also are going to want an extraction site all around here. So we're essentially going to do like all of the trees. We could leave some of the trees. Like, we could leave the trees at the bottom, but like right now, I would really love to get some of these trees like in the center of town here out of the way. So that way they're not kind of like blocking off our little village center, because we're going to end up doing a bunch of really cool things in the village center. And then I also wouldn't mind if we built a cute little teeny tiny market. And so what's really fun about Foundation is that you have a lot of control over the way that you're building things. So first of all, we'll need a market stall, but we can also place some other things too. We could place like some of these tents, fences, benches, and I think what I'm gonna do is place a little food stall sign right there. I don't know necessarily how much clothing we have, probably none. So I'm gonna hold off on putting the tents, although the tents are really cute. I'm a big fan of them. I just don't want to like use up all of our resources before we've even really gotten started. And let's assign at least one person over here for the stone cutting. So that way we can actually like have some people working on that resource for us. At some point, we're also going to want a sawmill. There's a significant chance I am like placing things a little bit too soon. The one thing about this game is that it doesn't necessarily give you much of a tutorial. Perhaps I also skipped through the tutorial, so I mean, there's that situation. And then we do probably need somewhere to store things, I'm guessing. So we can do a granary, but I'm looking for something a little bit different. Okay, so I don't think we have anything available for us to build that would store wood, which feels a little bit strange. Oh dear, they're a little unhappy with me because we don't even have water. So I'm definitely thinking, why don't we go ahead and put a little well kind of in the center of town right here. And there we go. And we'll definitely need a little bit more stone before we actually get to that. Okay, so it's definitely a priority right now that we get some food and water for our citizens. And everyone currently starts off as a serf. So another really cool part of this game is the fact that there are different like social classes and levels that you can elevate through. And so there's a lot of like social dynamism, which I think is really fun to play. I mean, you guys know how much I love a good social class. It's not surprising in the slightest. Also, our happiness is currently at 0%, so we're doing great. This is a fabulous start, I imagine. Okay, so we do need to assign a granary. So that's probably our next step. I'm thinking we place it kind of like right here. And let's go ahead and get that building. And I'm thinking maybe we do one less builder, because we don't have a ton of things that we're actually trying to build at the moment. And let's go ahead and get one more person working on the stone, just because we don't really have a whole lot of people working on stone at the moment. And that seems to be something we're kind of chronically low with. We're also a little bit low on wood, which kind of surprises me. I think we have 3 people working over here. We have 2 people working over here. Okay, I mean, that could be better, but I think the wood will kind of level itself out once we sort of stop doing a bunch of building projects. But at the moment, we do have quite a few things happening. So I am going to increase the game speed just a hair so we can start getting all of these things built. We do end up with little tasks. So we need to assign a new transporter, and that will be associated with the granary. I'm guessing once we're done with that little mini quest, maybe we will get some more storage options, like for stone, for wood, that kind of stuff. I think maybe the water could look a little bit better. Like, it's just a little bit plain and flat, and I would really love to see some more like dynamic, like splashes or waves crashing. Like, we do get kind of like these flat waves crashing, but I think we could do a little bit better. And I mean, it is still kind of an alpha or beta, and so I imagine they'll continue working on things like that. I don't think they've really changed the little citizens very much. And so something that actually is really neat is that you can have different levels in different careers. And so your citizens aren't all like going to be good at the same things. And that will actually affect their social elevation. If I'm remembering correctly, certain careers, you can't actually have them like socially elevate into the next social class. I'm trying to remember what they are, but I'm guessing things like labor intensive jobs like stonemasonry, that kind of stuff is going to have to stay like serf to merchant kind of. All right, so we are almost finished with our granary. We do have quite a few berries, which is good. All right, there we go. So we do need to assign a transporter. I'm not sure who we should take from. I'm thinking maybe we take from this. Oh, they're already at like level 2 though. That's kind of a shame. But at the moment, this is just gonna be how it is, unfortunately. All right, so we do have one person there. Let's go ahead and assign a resource. Let's assign some berries. And we will accept it. We don't have anything else we can actually put in the granary at the moment, so it is just going to be berries. Did we not? There we go. There we go. Okay, so we received some money. And you do receive like little bits of money depending on like little tiny quests that you do. So fill the needs of your newcomers. Oh, are we getting more little citizens? That'd be nice. Okay, our happiness is actually at 50% now. We don't have a lot of options, but we do have enough to kind of keep them at least not miserable. Man, I'm doing great. Okay, and we actually do have like 10 pieces of cloth. So we have some things. Are we actually getting... Okay, we need to sell resources in a market and assign a new market tender. Oh man, we are like desperately running out of humans. Okay, well, maybe we take one person from mining. Early game seems to just be a lot of like moving people around, or maybe I'm just bad at resource management in the first place. So we do have someone working at the market now. And we do need to, I think, add a resource. There we go. So now we can actually sell berries. Something that I do really love about this game is the fact that the hills are so manageable. You see there's really no issue with your citizens ending up like getting stuck on hills. I don't know how that would work with the kind of like mountainous rocky areas of the hills. But at the moment, it runs pretty seamlessly. I mean, am I just kind of enacting my trauma of terrain tools in The Sims 2? Maybe a little bit, maybe a little bit. I just like not seeing them constantly yelling about the fact that they can't reach things. Okay, so we do sell the resource in the market now. Have we really not assigned a market tender? Okay, there we go, there we go. Yeah, sometimes I think the UI for this is a little bit confusing, I'm not gonna lie. Although a lot of these games are so resource management heavy and so like UI Jenga-ish. Desirability is pretty low, but it's kind of the only space that we have. We could maybe put some people down here. I think they'll have somewhat more desirability when it's like around like nature and around churches and stuff like that. But at the moment, we don't really have any of those options. I also can't quite figure out... Okay, right click to erase. So maybe we go ahead and erase this section over here and mainly prioritize having some little buildings here. And oops. And so you can see that once you designate an area for their residential homes, they will start building homes in the specific like social class in which they're in. So these houses will upgrade as you continue to play, and it's really cool. They'll do it like automatically as you upgrade your citizens, and I think you can upgrade your citizens at the beginning of each month, maybe like within the first week. We obviously don't need a ton of different residential homes. Okay, we do have 2 unemployed villagers, so it looks like we've got a couple extra people. I think I would like to start getting some planks up. So let's see if we have, oh, we have some new options here. So we can build our own manor and we can build a church. Okay, so before we do that, let us go ahead and build a sawmill. I'm thinking maybe we put this down here, kind of near the, like, the lumber mill. And I think that'll be good for now. So once they finish working on that, so the manors, I believe you can make money from somehow. And I think the rustic church might be a really good call, considering the fact that we have some pretty low desirability over here. So let's go ahead and place the church, like, right there. And this is one of the fun parts of this game. So it's really, really customizable, and you can kind of choose like different pieces to be a part of it. So this is kind of like the main piece of the building. Let's go ahead and put this here. And then we can add a door, which of course we're going to have to add. And I want it sticking out just a little bit like that. We can add a cute little wooden cross just to kind of let people know what this is. And we have a few door options. We have a few more extensions which increase the church capacity. But I'm kind of thinking maybe we just do a tower. And the towers are, I think, are super, super neat. So let's maybe put a tower kind of off to the side here. And we can make it a little bit taller. Just like that, like nothing too crazy, nothing too fancy. And then let's go ahead and build our church. And we do kind of have to keep an eye on money. At some point we will be able to purchase more plots of land, and that is really great. So the sawmill is almost done. I'm really, really eager for that to get on the way because I want to show you guys the church building. I think the church is it is such a quintessential part of this. When you see like a lot of videos and trailers and stuff for this game, you do see a lot of like the cathedral buildings, the castle buildings. So it's really, really wonderful. We have no carpenters assigned. Let's go ahead and add one. Perfect. Bricada is currently our carpenter. How many citizens do we have that are unemployed? We only have one left. I kind of want to save them so they can probably work as the priest, I'm guessing. Or, you know what? Why don't we go ahead and add one more builder? Oh, here we go. At the lumber camp. There we go. So now we have 2 out of 3 people working there. And then we can start pushing up our wood production. Okay, our new quests are unlocking the warehouse and promoting your first newcomers. So to promote our first newcomers, okay, here's what we have to do. We have to build a Lord Manor, assign a Great Hall function to one of the rooms, and then at the start of the month, you can promote a villager to serf. So I don't think we are allowed to do any promoting until we have that Lord Manor. So that's definitely something we're going to want to get up and running soon. I just felt like it was more important to have the church, considering the fact that the church does greatly increase the citizen happiness and stuff like that. And it looks like we're also getting some more buildings. And I think these buildings might actually be in the process of upgrading. I mean, we had one house over here, so I guess we're kind of upgrading them a little bit. Oh my god, that's so cute. Look at the little basket. Oh my gosh, the details. And what is also really fun is a lot of these houses actually do look very different. So you can see we've got the little entryway that's kind of like tucked into the cove back here. And we've got this cute little fence and ladder. Oh my gosh. You know, I feel like a lot of these things would convert well into The Sims 4. Like, imagine this kind of roof in The Sims 4. I think that would actually be, like, gorgeous. I would say The Sims 2, but I think it's too cartoony for The Sims 2. I like my Sims 2 stuff to be very alpha. We're still doing absolutely fantastic when it comes to food. I would really like to get some more options soon, but of course we have a little bit of a ways to go before we really start unlocking like sheep and like I love the windmills and the farms and stuff like that. We're just not there yet. That's okay. We've got plenty of time. We're in no rush. We're here for some cozy city building vibes. All right, so you can see actually like the textures of where they place the individual stones as it's getting built up. And I think that detail is actually just like so nice. I'm such a big fan. And when you're building these things, you can click and drag in pretty much every direction. So we could have made this church a lot bigger. However, this is really just like our very first little church in the whole town. And so I think it actually makes sense that it would be a little bit smaller. It's a little bit rustic, you know. It's not like we're building a grand cathedral or something, and we only have, what, 11 citizens? So it's not like we need something much bigger. All right, so we're starting to work on the eaves of the church. We are almost there. All that's really left is just a little bit of the roof and the tower on the side. Look how cute that is. We can also end up like building more things. So we can go, I think, to edit building. And you can, for some of the bigger churches and cathedrals, add windows. I don't think we have options for windows necessarily. Like, we get big rose windows and stuff. Oh, it's so pretty. I can't wait for you guys to see it. And then now that that is almost done, I think it's a good idea to start thinking about our manor and really where we want to place the manor. We don't have a ton of space like around here. That is kind of like the downside, is that we're missing this entire chunk of space right here. Like, I guess technically we could still place things on it. I just don't know how functional it would be, and I kind of have some trust issues. So I'm almost thinking we put the manor down here. Like, give it some really pretty aesthetics. And then, so we have some options that are mandatory. So we'll need the core, a door. I don't think we need the extensions. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and place down a core. I mean, we can come back and change this. So I'm thinking maybe we do it on like the smaller side, and then we can do some changes as we go along. I wouldn't mind some towers though. Just something kind of simple like that. Like, we don't have to go too crazy. We also don't have any marble. So I think that requires marble. Oh my god, a little chimney? Oh, that's so cute. Like, we can put the chimney like here. Oh, can it move up and down? No, I guess not. Okay, well, I don't want to place it anymore. I was thinking like Sims 2 chimneys where it goes like all the way up, but that's okay. I think this will be good. We could do like some decorative banners, a weather vane. Oh my god, how cute. Oh, okay. So we can pay labor influence to buy things. Does this mean we have 4 labor influence? So we can buy the warehouse and the bailiff's office. We can't really spend anything for the kingdom yet, I think, because we don't have our manor. And then the clergy also, we should be able to add, but we don't actually have any like clergy influence at the moment. Oh, why are we working solely on this when the church is literally almost done? Like, shouldn't we finish the church first, maybe? Resources are missing. We need tools. Oh no. How do we get tools? I would say maybe that's not a great sign that we already have run out of tools and we're only on month 4. But it looks like we are still working on building this, so maybe we just need the tools for the like towers and stuff. I'm hoping that's the case. Also, like, how properly feudal is it that the manor lord actually lives like all the way down here with a beautiful view of the ocean separated by trees from the rest of the working class town? It feels so very appropriate. The desirability of this area has actually gone up. It's now average thanks to the addition of our church. Let's see if it's okay. So construction is still ongoing. We don't actually apparently need to hire a priest. We have weekly attendance of 4 out of 20. So, like, our attendance could be better. I'm honestly not sure what affects the attendance. Oh, and I think the wells also do increase the desirability of the area you're living in. We do have about 4 villagers in need of a job. So why don't we add another person here as a carpenter? And our stone is also pretty low, so let's go ahead and add 1 more miner. And then we can have 2 people kind of waiting it out for maybe some more positions. We've also almost reached, oh look, we've basically reached 500 coins. I think the issue is that we can't actually go over 500 because that's the size of our treasury. So I believe to actually add on to that, we would need to build like, what is it, like a bailiff's office? Okay. So why don't we make the core the Great Hall? So envoys will be hosted here. And then let's make this tower. We could either do the treasury, and that would expand our treasury capacity by 240, or the bailiff's office. So they can fulfill various mandates around town. Why don't we do the treasury, since we're kind of like hitting 500 pretty quickly? And so as time goes on, we can continue to add to our Lord Manor, and that can give us various like benefits throughout the town. And then our next goal is to promote a villager to serf. So we'd be promoting one of our new villagers. Oh my god, look, our happiness is so high. Comfort is still a little bit low. I mean, that's, yeah, that checks out. And maybe it's about time that we actually start thinking about reforestation. So we can like do some overlapping points here. So I'm thinking we do a little bit of reforestation around here. Just because we are running a little bit low. But to do that, I think we need a forester's camp. So let's go ahead and place that here too. We'll just have kind of like a little alcove of things. And then we've got 5 villagers that are unemployed. So we can definitely have some people working there. Immigration is low because our happiness is high. Our employment is only average, and our residential space is also average. Let's also maybe put this a little further out, kind of onto the edge of the cliff. And you can see that they're actually already starting to build another house, which is really good. So considering the fact that this can only like really house 6 people, we definitely need some more space. And they will be sort of building into the trees. So in theory, because it's super, super close to the church, this is a really good sign. At some point, we may want to add another well up here, but like, I know it will make them happier. But I'm thinking we don't make another well up here because we have one literally right here. And like, come on, don't be lazy. You can definitely reach it up there. It's not that high. I mean, yes, it's on a hill, but like, you can do it. I promise. We could go ahead and assign another forester. What else could we assign? We could assign... Oh, we only have 1 forester? Yeah, we should definitely get some more foresters down here. Oh, we have 2 now. Why don't we do a 3rd? It's not gonna hurt anything. We're doing actually pretty good on stone. But why don't we go ahead and add 1 more person, just because we can. And you can see here we have another cute little teeny tiny hovel. I really love the way they look so much. And like, look at these textures of this kind of like plaster stuff on the wall. I think it's so good. And look how cute the little logs are with their little swirls and circles on the inside. I'm sorry, I know that's a really silly thing to be excited about, but like, plants are cute, okay? And you can see that a lot of our trees are already starting to be repopulated. I don't know how long it'll take for them, but it's probably good that we started when we did, as opposed to holding off. I really should have put the reforestation zone a lot earlier in the game. I just didn't think we would run out of trees that fast. I mean, I guess we've been playing for about 5 months at this point now, so promotions available. All right, let's see who we can promote. So to promote, we do have to pay 20 coins. Let's promote our carpenters. I think maybe that's all we need to promote for now, considering the fact that the more we promote them, the more needs they will end up having. Okay. We've unlocked a new tier of unlockables. Oh, that's exciting. All right, let's see what we can add now. So we can do a stonemason's hut. So we've produced polished stone from that. We do a charcoal hut, an iron smelter, a blacksmith. Okay. Ooh, oh my god, farms! I mean, to be fair, it's not like we really have space for a farm, but I think for a farm we're gonna have to wait. Okay, so we can also unlock some trade routes. That's really good. Territory. Okay. 500 coins. It'll cost an extra 10 coins a week. I think I want to go with it. Okay. So let's do that. And then I am really eager to get a little bit more food diversity going. So here we can actually start working on like a resource chain. So we can get a wheat farm and a windmill to produce flour, and then a bakery. And you guys know that I love baked goods, so I'm pretty excited about this. My love language is basically bread anyway. Let's put you right here. We also need some tools desperately. I think probably we should do the tool situation before we actually really even get into that. Oh, look, we also have another little house built over here. That's good. We're starting to make some progress. Okay, we don't have enough cloth to unlock this trade route. Okay, they do sell tools. All right, let's go ahead and unlock that. Let's take a look at our resources and figure out how to buy things. So tools here. Let's go ahead and select buy until the inventory reaches like 20. I think that's good. We are struggling a little bit with our balance here, so we do want to be careful. I don't want to say that we should sell our berries. I'm just a little bit nervous about running out of materials. I'm guessing that we'll be able to like extract iron from like something like this. I don't think we have access to anything to make like iron from. Let's get ourselves some polished stones. I think we could put this maybe like right here, and that would be a good spot for it. So we're kind of centering things around this area. Do we have a warehouse? Is this a warehouse? Okay, yes, we definitely need a warehouse. Let's go ahead and put the warehouse maybe like right here. We are kind of running out of room. That is one of the downsides, I think, of how small these portions are, is that they are not large. You cannot actually fit a whole lot there. Yeah, so we can't even work on the wheat farm until we get more tools. So I think we're gonna have to wait for our warehouse situation before we'll actually like accept any trades, because otherwise I don't know where like it would be stored. Oh, a monk is approaching our village and will bring some opportunities. Oh, look at that. We even have a little path leading to us. Oh, that's so cute. I love the kind of like organic way it develops paths. It reminds me a little bit of Ostriv in that way. Whereas we're gridless, the paths develop where they're walking. I think that's a really lovely and organic feature. Honestly, I've bought a game specifically for the pathways before. Is that a little bit weird? Yeah. Do I regret it? No, I do not. All right, so let's go ahead and assign a transporter and a resource. Let's do tools. And why don't we also do some wood? Okay, a monk requests an audience. Let's click on him. These are needy times, my lord. The king demands some materials. The clergy wants to renovate some of its churches, but our own workers are in need as well. We need to choose who we want to help. Okay, so this has to do with those influence points we talked about earlier. So we can assist the king and get some influence from the royalty. We can assist the clergy or the people. I'm thinking maybe we don't have much for the clergy, so let's assist the clergy, how about? And so that will help out here under the estates. So we have the 3 estates, which I think is like so historically accurate. I love it. We have the labor estate, the kingdom, and the clergy. So we will end up with some clergy influence once that is complete. And we can add some additional parts to our rustic church, which I think is really cool. We also have some points we can use for the kingdom. So allows the training, recruiting, and housing of an army, We can also unlock a wall, which is kind of neat, and a stone wall. I want to do a wooden keep, because then we can actually start sending people out onto missions. All right, how are we doing back here? We're actually, like, we have enough tools at this point because we've been purchasing. As you can see, our treasury is, a little bit low. That's not exactly ideal to see. Okay, a message from the church. The church has noticed your dedication to God and thus holds you in higher regard. Fantastic. I like to hear that. Also, we have our little church finally finished. Very excited about that. You can see it has a cute little tower and your little people can walk up behind it to get to their little homes. Oh, so cute. Imagine the real estate cost right here. Oh my goodness. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. And now we even have our little farm all set. Let's go ahead and grab some farmers and we can paint a crop field. So let's paint our crop field over here. We've got some very high fertility, which is fantastic. Hopefully this will be enough space. I think it will be. Oh, and you can see starting to plant the wheat. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. So now that that is already built, why don't we go ahead and work on our windmill? Let's also, while we're at it, do the bakery and just kind of keep everything over here. It might not be a bad idea to have a little bit of a residential zone up here. I know the desirability is a little bit low, but I think it's gonna be a good spot for homes either way. Why don't we build a well? And that'll help out a little bit. So we'll put the well maybe like right here. And that seems like a good spot to leave off for today. So next time we will start baking bread for the first time and we will train our very first knights or militia or whatever's going on there, and we can actually send them off on some expeditions, get a little bit of money, get a little bit of treasure. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.